afternoon, dear students. My name is Dr. Shuaib Mohammad Bhat. I am working as Assistant Professor in the Department of English at Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today in this video lecture, I shall be talking about COPO mapping with special reference to module 5th, which is writing skill of the course Professional Communication. So, we are going to discuss on course outcome and program outcome mapping. How your course outcome is mapped with your program outcome for the 5th module, which is writing skill of professional communication. Before I go with the mapping, I would like to tell you one thing. OBE heavily relies on course outcomes, program outcomes. This is that model of education where we have certain outcomes and objectives at the very earliest. And teacher and the student, they both are striving to attain those outcomes or objectives. Teacher is the instructor, teacher is the person who teaches and makes the student enable to achieve these different course outcomes and program outcomes. So we have, according to outcome-based education, every program is having certain outcomes. And all the other courses which are under the program, those courses, their outcomes, they should align to the program outcome. These course outcomes, they should not be contrary. They should follow the program outcomes. So let's see how the course outcomes of module 5th are mapped with the program outcomes. I would like to draw upon this outcome-based education first. So outcome-based education, I would like to go with the definition. It was William Spady in 1988. He coined this term, outcome-based education, because he observed that orthodox educational system was outdated. He found a lot of loopholes in the mode of delivering the lecture, in the mode of the assessments, like having examinations. And the curriculum, he found like these things, they are outdated now. They should be changed. He felt this and he brought the new model of education by the name outcome-based education. If you check the title, it's outcome-based. So it talks about outcomes. Some outcomes are there. Let's go with the definition. This system of education is student-centered or student-centric teaching and learning methodology. It is student-centric teaching and learning methodology. It is that teaching and learning methodology which is student-centric. Its epicenter, its center is student but not teacher. Orthodox educational system, that was somehow working on the teachers only, where teacher was attaining a lot of trainings, lot of different trainings were given to teachers only, but students were like they were only expected to attend the classes and write the exams at the end of semester or at the end of the course. So this thing Spady found very orthodox. So he brought this new model of education which centers on students, what students' teaching and learning methodology. And in this system, in this model of education, we see the course delivery assessments are planned to achieve stated objectives and outcomes. In this, according to this model of education, the delivery and assessments, delivery of lectures and assessments to check to measure the student performances. So these assessments and the delivery of lectures, they are planned to achieve these outcomes and objectives. As I told you, before taking any course, there are some objectives, outcomes, and before taking any course, there are outcomes and objectives. So every lecture or every delivery of every lecture and every assessment, they aim to make the student to achieve these objectives and outcomes. Then it also focuses, as I told you, it focuses on measuring students' performance, that is outcome at different levels. Its main aim is to measure student performance. Outcome based heavily relies on measuring student performance at different levels, like outcomes at different levels. So then there are some key features which are required for implementation of OBE. These key features are required. Like the first thing is curriculum. We have the first thing, that is curriculum. Curriculum should be, I can say, it should be vast in its nature, comprehensive in its nature. And this curriculum, it should outline specific and measurable outcomes. So the first thing in order to implement OBE is your curriculum. Your curriculum should outline specific and measurable outcomes. Outcomes, they should not be larger in number, larger in size. Few outcomes with but they should be measurable outcomes. They should not be the outcomes which cannot be measured, which cannot be achieved by the students. There should not be any obscure or ambiguous outcome. Rather, they should be real life outcomes which can be attained by the students at the end. If a teacher is trying to make students to achieve these outcomes, they should attain. They should be framed in such a way so that a student should attain these outcomes at the end. Then instructional methodology. The methodology for instructions. The second thing which you need to take in board is methodology for instructions, methodology for delivering lectures. It should ensure delivery for specified objectives. The objectives which you have earlier, for example, for English course, there are certain objectives. So the lectures of every English professor, they should align to those objectives. So the methodology for instructions, it should be course oriented. It should be, the delivery should be so that a student can attain these outcomes. It should not be some other delivery, some other mode of delivery. No, it should be according to the outcomes. Your delivery should ensure the receiving or the attaining of these outcomes. Then standard assessments. There are standard based assessments. Assessment should determine whether the students have achieved the outcomes or not. The next point is standard assessments. So assessments should be given, those assessments should be given to students which can help the student to achieve the objectives. Not like the orthodox system, we are giving some homework, we have examination at the end of the semester. No. There are some other assessments as well, like tech talks are there, like assignments are there, like we have quizzes, we have different other things. So these assessments, they should ensure the student is achieving the stated outcomes, the stated objectives. Now let's see what is fifth module. It's writing skill. As I told you, the syllabus has been framed in the coherent order. The first module, it was about speaking, then it was about listening, then speaking, then reading and writing. These are the 4 skills. This is the order of 4 language skills which we require in order to learn a language. So the syllabus has been framed according to these 4 skills. So under the writing skill, we have significance of writing skill, we have effectiveness of writing skill, we have role of topic sentence and supporting sentences in a paragraph, we have organizing principles of paragraph in a document, we have writing introduction and conclusion, we have techniques of précis writing, and we have various formats of letter writing, email writing and report writing. These are the different these verticals which are under writing skill. Now I'll show you how these different verticals, they help you, they are aligning, they help you to attain the course outcome and how your course outcome is aligned to your program outcome. This we will discover in this lecture. This I will show you in the upcoming slides. Let's first go with the course objectives. Our course objectives are 4. One is standard pronunciation. A student must learn standard pronunciation, appropriate word stress, and necessary intonation patterns for effective communication towards achieving academic and professional targets. A student should learn appropriate standard pronunciation so that he can communicate freely, openly, with confidence to every person in any corner of the world. A student should know the word stress and intonation, which is much required for communication. And then the student can learn effective communication towards achieving academic and professional targets. A student can attain with this fluency, with this effective communication, a student can achieve academic and professional target. Then the second objective is appropriate grammatical structure. So one should know the appropriate grammatical structure and punctuation tools for practical purposes. Grammatical structure is required for both speaking and writing. Punctuation is used for both writing and speaking also, because punctuation lets you to know where to stop, where to make a long pause, where to make a short pause, where to make certain different expressions. This can be known by punctuation. Then, a critical aspect of speaking and reading. A student should develop that critical acumen for reading and speaking, so that a student can interpret the in-depth meaning which is between the sentences or which is beyond the sentences. Then, a conceptual awareness of writing. A student have a conceptual awareness of writing in terms of unity. How can I unite a paragraph? How can I make the content of a paragraph? How can I assemble the content? How can I maintain the coherence in a paragraph? How can I maintain that linguistic accuracy, whether it comes to grammar? So how can I maintain that linguistic accuracy? These four are the course objectives. The relationship of course outcome and program outcome is this. Every course outcome should link to the program outcome. Then, after the successful completion of the course, student will be able. This fifth module will make you able to know to summarize writing skills for accomplishing the academic and non-academic requirements of various written, communicative and professional functions. A student will be able to accomplish different academic and non-academic requirements of various communicative and professional functions with the help of acquired writing skill. So writing skill will make a student to excel in both academic and non-academic circles when it comes to communicate, when it comes to like communicative and professional functions in different functions, whether it may be a communicative or professional function. So now see, if you now check, let's go with the professional, let's go with program outcomes. See, these are the program outcome is communicate effectively. You need to communicate effectively on complex engineering activities within the engineering society. So this is program outcome. Now what is course outcome? Course outcome is to make you communicate effectively in your profession or within the academic or non-academic circles. So when the syllabus is ensuring you that you can speak effectively, that means, see, this syllabus, it's really ensuring you that you can speak clearly, fluently. So that means this outcome is aligned, is linked with the program outcome, because your program outcome that wants students to be confident in speaking when it comes to engineering circles or with any community of the people to speak clearly, comprehend and write effectively, write effective reports and design documentation with effective presentation. So this all can be done. All the verticals which are there in under this last module, they help a student to be the effective speaker, to write clearly, to document sources clearly, and to make effective presentations. Now, then we have program out. Then we have justification of COs with POs. So See, describe the clarity of grammatical usage and the obligation of punctuation marks in speaking and writing. So, this course outcome, it can make you able to describe the clarity of grammatical usage and the obligation of punctuation marks. You can be able to use grammatical structure and punctuation in speaking and writing. That's what your program outcome is, to make you good at speaking and writing. So this is how your course outcome is aligned with your program outcome. Then there is COPO-PSO mapping. Some key competencies are there, percentage of key competencies, course articulation matrix is there. Then there is something about the benefits of OBE. One of the benefit is clarity. The focus on the outcome creates a clear. When an activity is based on outcome, obviously there is clarity. So of what needs to be accomplished by the end of the course. A person gets aware what are the different needs he need to accomplish, he need to get in touch with by the end of the course, because a person is aware, a person is aware about the outcomes. So this is clear. Number second is flexibility. This OBE, it's flexible. But there is a clear sense of what needs to be accomplished. Instruction will be able to structure the lessons around students' needs. So when you know what are the different criteria you need to achieve at the end of the course, obviously you will mend your lectures, you will structure your lesson plans according to those needs. So that gives you flexibility, that gives you freedom. Then we have comparison. So it can be compared across individuals, class, to any level, batch, program. Then involvement. We see there is more student involvement in OBE. Traditional mode of education was not giving you that involvement. It was not making student involvement. But here we have the student involvement. And students, when they learn in isolation, when they learn by their own, they become responsible citizens. And one should learn more through individual learning. So these are the different benefits of OBE. I have shown you how course outcomes, they are aligned with the program outcomes. These are the program outcomes. Program outcome is to make you speak effectively within the engineering community, within the engineering community and within a society at large. Like your program outcome, it wants you to comprehend and write effective reports, design documentation, make effective presentations. And now see if these are the requirements. If your program outcomes, they are like this. Now I want to take you back. See, to design a document clearly. When you know about the writing, then only you can design. Then only you can document properly. Then only you can write effective reports. When you are aware with the effective writing, when you know what are different writings, when you know what are different writing techniques, so when you are aware with different paragraphs, these principles of writing, so this only can be achieved. This only can be achieved when you go with these different verticals. That's what I'm telling you. Your course outcomes, they are mapped with your program outcomes. So this is what I want to tell you for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.